Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am the Purple Bull Moose, and we're getting back into the swing of things with some more multiplayer content. I got a showdown on a rejuvenation map between me and Fluffy Bunny, a dev over at Mohawk. So, like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more action. And of course, check out Fluffy's page, link in the bio. Okay. Alright, so we got some tempered, we got some lush, some scrub, and some goats are always good. The queen has become timid. What a low roll. Oh, that was what, 25% chance? Oh, that is brutal. It's a huge hit to our overall stockpile of training that I was really hoping to be able to count on. Yikes. Alright. A remarkable youth. One evening your eyes fall upon the young Shedacharib. He fascinates you with his charm, moving you in a way you have never felt before. Send him away to become miserable? I don't know, we've been pretty bad on our overall chances, and I don't want to lose out on my civics too. I'll just be in love with the man. Hopefully that doesn't cause too many problems. Ooh, okay, some excellent choices. Robust for orders. We're doing pretty good on orders. I don't really feel like I need more. Prosperous is a lot of gold, and it's a 50% increase on our current income. Eloquent is going to give us more civics. Interesting. So Eloquent might be the way to go. That's going to make it easier for us to get Treasury 1, Treasury 2. That's going to make it easier for us to get Found Religion. Easier for us to pump out better officers. Yeah. I think Prosperous might be the way to go. Or not Prosperous, Eloquent. Robust is always very good, but I don't think she's going to be the one taking us to war. So I'm going to go with Eloquent and get the civics up in the city. Shaved a full turn off of this treasury. Cool. Okay. Easy farm. 8.5. Helps out with adjacency. We can get a farmer in here. I still can't believe this. This is really... Okay, so this does give me food. Interesting. I feel like this didn't give me food the last time I looked at it. But if it's giving me food now, great. I'll use this food and get a granary right here. I think I can build granaries on sand because I'm clerics. Can build urban improvements on sand. Okay. Can I build a granary? Lush, temperate, or arid? Oh, that's too bad. So we're kind of just waiting on this tile to become available. I guess we can get one here and it'd be fine. But don't really need to be wasting our limited wood supply on not full food. Ooh, double food here. Although we don't have access to animal husbandry, which isn't in its usual spot. It is instead where? On its way to Pikes, which means it's on our way to the end game. If we get all the way up to cohorts. If we're just going for battle line, though, it's still on our way. Okay, that's not the worst. Add that to our list of options to go for after steel. Extra food certainly won't hurt. Aristocracy would also be nice, but let's face it, this is going to be a war game. Which makes me miss my shrines, but it's not like we're going to be able to get much use out of the fire shrine, although this would help for adjacency on mines. Something to consider. Not that we have enough stone for it anyways. Alright, let's start moving our cav down this way. We want something to be able to take out this site. No reason to lose troops. We'll rush it with everything we got. Full court press, see if we can take this out before the next unit spawns, or even if it does, we can always just buy it. Might be worth to buy another skirmisher here. It's not going to cost us an order, but we really got to use these orders to focus on our scout. So if I am here, and Fluffy's here, what's the fastest way to get through here and not die? I really don't want to lose my scout. But taking it closer to Fluffy's troops at this point is only going to hurt us. Maybe it might be prudent to come back and just scout out our area. Yeah, with our limited health, I think it's best to save the resources. Come back this way. Maybe not come back the full way. Come back here. And I think I will buy this unit. It'd be super aggressive, but we might be able to grab this tile here. But yeah, we should find out what's in here. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing with our scout. And are you there? 14 more arid, 2 more temperate. Good to know. Not in the spot we wanted, but c'est la vie. Alright, 13 orders on the clock. Wow, this guy is tanky. He shouldn't be. He's only 4 damage, but I guess our guys are only 3s. Yikes. Definitely got to save up our training where we can so we are able to upgrade these guys. But let's go ahead and simply overwhelm him with numbers. If we come in here, how much damage are you doing in return? So we need to kill in 2 turns. He has 18 health. If I come in here, how much damage are you doing in return? Again. So we're probably going to be losing 1 person here. So this altogether, if they all do 2 damage, is... what? How much I do? Okay, so I can do 1 damage here. That's 2 orders. We got 8 people, 6 people. So that's 12 orders to do 12 damage. If we hire the next guy, let's go ahead and take this unit, retreat them back this way. Take this guy, retreat him back this way. So I think we steal the guy and push in with our healthy units next turn to do 6 damage. That'll take him down to 12 damage. Then we move in with our weakened units to do the full 12. And we take him out in 2 turns without losing a unit. That seems the cleanest way to do it. We have 3 years left on Hunt, so I want to occupy... well, this place will probably be where we're pumping out the next settlers, so that's actually lined up perfectly. You need to be focusing on getting up to Found Religion, so we have 10 turns until that. 2 turns until the officer becomes available, and we have 3 citizens in the bag. So, what? Grabbing an extra specialist wouldn't hurt. That's extra training, that's extra science, that's extra iron. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab another miner while we can. This one grabs the most. Not that it really matters, it's all sand. We've gotten really lucky on map placement. All of our cities are connected via this sea, and then the river lines. That's all nice. This city will also be connected. This city will also be connected. This city will also be connected. Again, makes the city super not a priority. Yeah, next city should go here. Access to more food. It's already connected. Access to plenty of hills. Gets us extra iron potential. We have iron potential here. Once we're done with this extra food, we'll probably go back to building iron. Definitely the best city for us right now. What else do I want to do with my turn? I guess grab a couple of heals off here in case we have to respond to any aggression coming through this pass, but that seems unlikely. And might as well I like this unit sitting right here, actually. It's providing good vision. Alright, end my turn there. Alright, all the good stuff. Ooh, rejuvenation added to 2 tiles. Hopefully they're nearby. How impious, the oligarch. Shame, aren't I in love with him? Okay. We want to move in to kill this guy. It's going to be a shame. It's going to cost us an order if we do this, but it's going to make it a lot easier to carve our way through. So I want a full court press with the healthy guys. That leaves this guy with 12 health. 12 health. And then this will be 8 damage. Yeah, we have plenty. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, we're fine. There's certainly a better stock than these marauders that we keep picking off, but as long as we keep padding our numbers, that might at least slow down Egypt from wanting to come in and poke at us. Egypt doesn't have a champion's family available to them, so they don't have the extra attack bonus that we will have as Assyria when we ever get our, what's it called, down. 2 years until we can start building our next settler. Slow, 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 but at least we're getting there. They are also on 3-week cities, so that's fine. Let's bring you back to heal, and then we'll go poke around in this fog. Chances are there's at least one other camp in here somewhere. But we mostly want to see what the border looks like here, or if Fluffy is in here and he's expanding out this way. We want to know about that too. And we want to check about these middle camps too. We want to see if Fluffy is bold enough to move into the middle here. If I was him, or I think he probably sees this coming. I mean, he's also poking around. He knows who he's up against. He knows I already have mill drill available. So he knows that steel is a very quick pickup for us. It's only, what, our 3rd tech we've picked up? I think we got navigation for free. Yeah, we must have. So it might only be our 2nd tech that we've picked up, which is crazy. But say we get steel online. That's super, super early. It's going to be a lot earlier than he is because he has to do the military drill. And not to mention, by then, we'll probably have 2 barracks down in here and be able to seriously pump out units out of Niev. I need to get a worker in here. I just don't really want to. I mean, great spot for stone, great spot for stone, great spot for food, some nice mines in here. Like, it'd be a great city to start getting up, but what's more important, getting out these 1-2 cities? Maybe. Maybe. Might as well just heal these guys. Certainly won't hurt. Ender, you're there. Not a lot of rejuvenation here. Okay, how are we looking? All right, we want to wipe out this site right now. Oh, wow, this site is producing like wildfire. My lord, where did all these guys come from? Fluffy is still weaker to me, so that's good. 1 turn until we have access to another settler to come out. Love to see it. Let's finish clearing this out. We got 2 workers available. I guess some extra mines wouldn't hurt us. Although, frankly, we should be putting down at least a couple of quarries just to get started. I am so generally opposed to doing flatland quarries, but I keep being told by all the powers that be, and the powers be mostly scientific, that the flat quarry is very necessary, so we'll see if we go into that. Let's finish this off. Can we do 2 damage from here? We can. And I don't think we have to worry about Fluffy coming and stealing this from us, so I'm not going to bother. That site's now open and available. Love that. 3 orders, 2 workers. Let's come here, grab me a quarry. Couldn't hurt. And you come here and get me another mine. Keep working on our economy just a little bit. Oh, this is lush. No, take that back. We can come here and get the wood for free. Absolutely. Get that farm up. Probably build another barracks here. All right, end the year there. Tempered arid, a lot of arid. And 2 scrub tiles. All right, so we're really starting to fill in the map here. The sand is retreating. Not in this spot yet, which is too bad. But we just finished our hunt project, which means we can go ahead and grab another settler immediately here. It's going to be the fastest out of this spot. Go ahead and claim this spot. The Numidians are going to be a problem here. We have a choice to buy them. So the cool thing about these mercenary tribes is they only ever consume gold. So they're never going to consume our other resources like some other units. So that's actually super interesting. Warlord is the highest amount, consuming 4 gold. 6 strength, 5 visibility. Then one's the skirmisher. How's a skirmisher look? So the skirmishers are weaker, but they have range. Do they both just become warlords at the end? That's interesting. I don't really know that. Elite nomad skirmisher. Upgrades into Amazon or Libyan cavalry. Okay. But they only ever get to 5 strength, but they have range. The warlords get to 6 strength, but have no range. So the warlords are more powerful, but we are going primarily axemen as a strategy in 5 years. So I think getting backed up by some range would be nice. I don't know if I want to buy more of these guys. But if I don't buy them, they're going to raid. They are going to raid for certain. We're going to come here and heal. We know that's for sure. I'd like to get started working on officers, but the food is just a little bit too expensive. I could spend some of my iron and get a second settler out. Where is the next spot I would want to settle? Right here and right here. I want this start place to be pumping out units in 5 years, so let's go ahead and spend the money on an officer, get the production inside of the city out a little bit faster. And here, go ahead and just grab me another hunt. Might as well move these guys into heal. Keep our troops as healthy as possible. Daughter can be tutored in a year, not that we have any way to tutor her. I would love to grab a promotion and get this filled out, but it just doesn't seem feasible because I want to save my training to be able to upgrade these guys. I think that'll be more potent than just achieving 10 more for an ambition. So I'm actually going to let this ambition go Oh, it's going to cost me some legitimacy. That sucks. Yep, didn't think this one all the way through. That's too bad. But got to abandon it so we can get a new ambition, so we can generate legitimacy, so we can spend it on these people while this leader is still alive. That is the plan. That's what we're going for. End the turn there. Might as well spend some resources coming down this way just to take a peek, see what we can kill. All right, a lot more arid, some temperate, and we can torture by courtiers that we don't have. Ooh, both of these are very good. Doubling my current income or doubling my current training. What's more important? Well, the economy's looking a lot stronger. And I would really like to be able to upgrade all these units. Maybe not all of them, but maybe at least the horses. I'll take the income. Okay. I think we lean right into tactics. Go for a... Yeah, because I think we're going to be best served by being able to pump out units and go to war fairly early against him. So what's a counter to Axemen? Well, a counter to Axemen is going to be horses. So he could be going directly for spoked wheel. In fact, it'd be nice to know if he's already gone in this direction. Egypt starts with labor force, stone cutting, and ironworking. So on this mixed up tech tree, he doesn't have administration, husbandry, or spoked wheel. He has nothing in this way, so he would have had to research all these techs individually. So he has stone cutting, ironworking, and what was the other one? Labor force. So he doesn't really have anything in the way of like a solid military answer. Unless he's rushing for portcullis to get macemen, but I think we'll be able to fight one maceman down. If he goes spearmen, axemen beat them. If he goes for his phalanx crossbows, that's going to be pretty potent. Oh, and then maybe he's going for free ballista. But again, that all is techs that he doesn't start with. But that would be a very interesting tech path to go down. Interesting, interesting. I mean, we're heading that way ourselves, so we'll take a peek. We will take a peek. But yeah, short term, I don't think he has an answer to an early invasion. So we're going to go for an early invasion. Domestic dispute. The oligarch of the court seems has reached your husband. He expresses irritation at this familiarity. The king likes me more. How old am I? I might be able to get one more kid. Becomes vengeful against me, but I become the lover of the oligarch. That would help out this issue a lot. Oh wait, no, it's the king is the one that we have the issue with. But then we exile this oligarch. Ooh, this is a real Sophie's choice. So our king being really upset with me makes this family really pissed. So making him vengeful against me is going to make that really bad. It'll put us in great standing with these guys, but in 2 of our cities we'll likely have a rebellion on our hands, so we can't afford that. Let's try this. Let's see how it goes. Alright. Oh wow, there's not even anybody in here to replace him. That's interesting. 5 developing cities, but it does get me 20 culture, which doesn't hurt. It gets me a lot quicker to having access to found religion. And I am inspiring, but I don't even have 5 cities, let alone 5 developing ones, so that's out of the question. Too slow. Send 2 luxuries to tribes. I don't have luxuries available anywhere, I don't think. I don't think I've seen a luxury yet on this map. So also not really doable. Or Batanu becomes influenced by me. I don't see how that's helpful. So all of these cost me legitimacy if I get rid of them. But this at least helps us accomplish one of our main goals, which is found the religion. It'd be nice to get found the religion, spread the religion, get the religion into all the places, turn on monotheism to get extra orders for the war to come. That would be 5 cities, 5 orders from each of these laws. That's 10 extra orders, which is pretty huge. Let's go with that. All right, and in 2 turns, when this is done and this city flips over to developing, we will start getting our religion out. Grab another heal on our scout, heal these units. Keep scouting with our horse units. Yeah, it's going to be a real easy lost fight. But this guy can actually zip up here. So you shall. And send you in for backup. These 3 units hopefully will be enough to clear out this camp. End our year. Okay, so we got some more arid, more temperate. Ooh, and trees on 2 tiles. That's nice. But 1 is back to sand. Figures. New daughter. Very nice. Nice age difference. Means if we had the opportunity to tutor anybody, we could have done both of them fully. But our resources are just beginning to repair themselves, so perhaps it's not the best idea. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. On one hand, getting access to additional 8 extra here would be what? A third increase? 9 extra here, a little bit more than a little bit less than a little around a quarter increase. But 3 loss here would be, no, my mistake. It would be a, yeah, 3.5 loss. Yeah, that's too steep. Too steep of a cost when this is just increased science for free. Yep. Easy. Ooh, wow, you took a beating. All right. We might not be able to get you to safety, so we'll go ahead and bring in you as cannon fodder. And let's take a look at our workers. Food econ is recovered. We're beginning to work on our quarry income. I think grabbing a second flat quarry here would be in order. And a second barracks here looks good. Alright, 2 orders left. Second sandstorm we've gotten hit by, but that's to be expected on a rejuvenation map, I believe. We have an opportunity to pass a law here. However, this law only becomes important when we have a religion and pass it. So that it only becomes important when we have the ability to do the found religion mission, which will be next year. And once we do that, we will use our 400 civics to pass that. And then our next 400 civics to pass this law, at which time, hopefully, we would have had the ability to spread the religion around. Well, I know I definitely want to finish the healing on our scout. What else? 1 order left. Might be a good idea to buy one of these guys just so they don't raid. We can't afford a raid for 5 more turns until we get this settler here and can heal everybody up. Ugh, absolutely brutal. I hate to have to do this, but I think it might be in our best interest to buy 1, if not both of these units. Just to help this clear go smoothly. Yeah. I'm just going to suck it up, buy 1, reduce the damage incoming, reduce the overall. Yeah. Has to be done. Has to be done. Unfortunate, but has to be done. And are you there? Okay. The desert continues to recede. Looks good. Econ's looking decent. Alright, I can switch over to a judge. Is that interesting? Do I care about that? Not really. There's no buildings I really want to upgrade. We don't have access to any. So the judge isn't really worth it. Schemer is a lot of science. It is a lot of science. I don't know if we can turn down 7 science. Become a hero. Ooh, that's almost better. The extra 38 training per turn is a great way to upgrade all of our units. That'd be 50 a turn. That means an upgrade costs how much? 120. So every 3 turns we can upgrade a unit. That's not worth it. Wow, very interesting event here. So this is science and gold, which is everything that we should be wanting. But it's going to lose us further training, which means we're not going to be able to upgrade our units as well. But is that what we want her to be doing? What do we need after steel? As soon as we get steel, we want to try to be producing units. And powering on to battle line, which is only 4 techs away at that point, 3 techs away at that point. Yeah, so I think we try to grab as much science as we can here. Yeah, science and gold. Alright, we're a schemer now. If we don't die. Oh no, we're timid. Not sick. Wow, what a coward. The princess can be strict, compassionate, or ruthless. Let's lean into ruthless. We wanted her to be an absolute unit. Exiled, endeared. You're the spouse of the tactician who is also no one. Interesting. Alright, so I sent this guy to jail for whatever reason. Maybe he used to be. Becomes endeared to me. I don't really think I care. Does this give me +2 discipline? No, it gives her +2 discipline. I don't care about that. Scythian raiders appear unexpectedly and uninvited to your court. Grim-faced and full of purpose, they stride towards you confidently. You will pay us in tribute for gold and food, or our armies will attack. They declare simply, yes, 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 we'll get to that. They reply with an easy smile, but first let's offer you some refreshment. You must be tired after a long journey. They mistake your hospitality for fear as you weave them bit by bit into your web of honest charm. By the end of the afternoon, you have them eating out of the palm of your hand, and now you have worked your special brand of magic. It's time to bring the unexpected visit to a satisfying conclusion. Having won Scythians over completely, what boon would you like to extract from them? Gold per turn, very useful, 30 gold per turn. Or 40 opinion. I mean, if we get their opinion down to 0 instead of negative, then their units are cheaper for us to purchase. But we can't purchase them anymore. We're a schemer now. So we'll take the gold. And we will delay killing you as long as we can, but you are going to raid us eventually. You're definitely going to raid us eventually. Now what to do about the spouse. This doesn't do anything for me. She just becomes disappointed, but I don't think I care. Who is the head of your family? The clerics is my husband. I see no reason to let this guy go. Yeah, you can just be disappointed in me. I do not care. Alright, so grabbing Schemer is putting us out of a position where Fluffy can recruit us, which could be a problem. Getting to wars with tribes that we don't necessarily have to deal with can also be in our favor here. So the Gauls are useful to be a foil. We're already at war with the Numidians as well. Those are both orders. We could declare a war on the Vandals, but I'm not particularly keen on that. Let's worry about wiping out this tribe first. They're going to be taking a beating, but it is what it is. Alright, found a religion. Get that done. We could even rush it this turn. That seems unnecessary, considering the fact that it is going to be only worth it once we have 5 cities. Couldn't hurt, actually, to just rush this out, get this next turn. It would be Zoro. That would deny him getting access to Zoro, which means he would have to have access to 2 of these, which I guess isn't unreasonable, but then also build the specialists on top of both of these, which would be fairly easy for him. Plus, he starts with labor force. So I don't know, because, yeah, thinking about that a little bit more clearly, me spending my civics to get my religion earlier also just gets him his religion earlier. So I'm going to hold on to my civics. Where's my scout? You're not banged up anymore, and you're invisible. Let's continue exploring our neck of the woods. Make sure we know everything that's going on here. Great. Get rewarded immediately with a little relic to the north. Bring in reinforcements here. Grab a heal on a weak unit. Alright, we're doing a lot with a little. We're doing a lot with a little. And there is steel. Okay, okay. Oh, we got 2 more lush tiles. Hopefully that's somewhere nearby. Over here, 1 lush. And up here was the other one? Oh, another one here. Nice. Okay. So we just finished the hunt project here. The question becomes, do we want to pump out another settler out of here, another worker out of here? I think a worker is definitely due. because we have some good food options here, some good stone options here, some great options for iron. All that is very worth it. I think it would be foolish to not grab the stone boost, considering that we're only producing 3 a turn. This is 200, so that is close to 100 turns, a third less. All right, we'll do 2 damage here, finish with the zealot. Grant us even more food. Very nice. So now we have 3 priorities for cities to get up. Makes me kind of want to build a settler out of here as well, because we'll have even enough food to build another settler out of here and just get all 3 cities up as fast as possible. That doesn't sound bad. Let's grab this relic. Even more food, or we get more the food right there on that tile. It's gonna be a while before we clear this tribe. So I think let's just go ahead and grab the flat food. It's going to be like that would pay more dividends in the long run. But I think just having the huge boost is going to free this city up to do all the things it wants to do. So I think it's going to be worker, probably another settler after that. And here, settler maybe. And then in 10 turns have all of our cities up. Does not sound the worst. Should probably consider building a granary here, just to get a little bit of extra food out of this spot and get extra growth inside the city. Let's finish our scouting up here. I doubt there's more stuff up here. This is the edge of the board. This is the edge of the board. I doubt there's another ancient ruin. So I'm just not going to bother going that way. We're going to go this way. Try to see what's up here. And then go back out and try to scout out Fluffy. We are completely invisible now that we have the schemer archetype, so we might as well make use of that. Do we want 100 gold per turn? The economy's looking pretty strong, all things considered. No benefit to passing monotheism, unfortunately. To get this out would be 180. Yeah, you know what? I know it would get it for him faster, but it would get it for us faster too. And then we could start working on our axemen. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and rush that. That's fine. Get this out. Get our religion up faster. It'll be good for him as well, but it'll be better for us, I hope. One hopes. But we shall see. Grab heals where we can. Rotate these guys to go get healed soon. These 3 should be enough to get a kill here next turn. Doing a lot with a little. Keep it going. Okay. Looks like rejuvenation is picking up. 7 into temperate is a good change of pace. 1 into lush. Very cool. And there's that first tribal raid out by the hunter's seat, which is not welcome. So there's Zoro, is officially ours. We can grab a little bit more here. Yeah, civics is never going to be bad. Opinion's never going to be bad. Especially when we plan on spreading this religion around a lot. But I want to conserve my stone. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab the free civics. That is no downside. In fact, we can go ahead and immediately adopt a state religion, which I think we should. There we go. And I think we need to start making some disciples and spreading this religion around. You need to prioritize coming down south to defend against the incoming invasion. We should consider upgrading you. And you guys will be able to kill next turn. You can't run in there. That's good. Who's the lazy worker? What do we need? We need a lot of stuff. We need a lot of stuff. If the raids are starting to come, they're going to start coming from everywhere. We need to get these guys in and healed, get the city founded, bring them back out to the front. Might want to consider finishing off the Vandals here, first and foremost. We have a nice stockpile of iron, but we could always use more for our axemen. As soon as they hit similar, or if they ever hit similar, we definitely need to boost up. I'm going to go ahead and build a granary here. It's going to take 4 turns to build, but it's going to boost the food here. boost any future food out this way, and we can just build a nice another granary right here to cover this other tile right here, and just really get some nice breadbasket action going between these two cities as this river develops into more and more lush turf. Yeah, I want to get these guys healed, or at least slowly starting to get healed, but I also want to focus on my scouting a good amount, just to pull back the curtain of what's up here. Start working this guy out towards the front. See if there's any more ancient ruins to be gotten up here while we're working our way over to Fluffy's turf. See what he's working on. And are you there? Okay, another huge turnaround. Stone boost down. Economy looking strong. All triple digits. Love to see it. Okay. We can further push them into strength, into courage, by further hurting the economy, or we can balance out the economy and their stats, but they become disappointed. I'm okay with them being disappointed. Balance out their stats. Tribute from the Gauls for a truce order. Basically, for 10 iron a turn, which is not bad, we get peace, but that means a loss of an order, because we're now a schemer. I'm okay with that. Yeah. We'll take the econ. Finish this kill here. Hold this site. Who is our lazy worker? Need you getting working on something, big guy. How about we buy you another mine here? Looks good. I like the idea of moving in towards here, so we can try to get this Vandal site wiped out, and then start working our way through the Scythians. The Scythians we want to be our last target, because if this is a mirror map, that means it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 potential Scythian sites that can come out after us. Can we see what his relationship is? They're at a truce. Oh no, Fluffy's at war with them. So good, they've been raiding him. I don't know, because I think it weighs proximity versus relationship, so I don't know if this... I think they're too close to raid all the way into Fluffy unless we had peace. So definitely something to look into. So now we have access to Zoro. We could try to race him for access to... what's it called as well? Judaism. But that's going to involve a little bit of a detour. Getting roads wouldn't be bad for us. Getting divination wouldn't be bad for us. Both of these are fine. Animal husbandry is on our way to getting battle line. So let's go get this. We'll get the goats up here and here, and then we'll decide if we want to go for double ranchers. But that's a lot of investment, and that's a ways away. So he might get it well before then, because I'm pretty sure Egypt starts with labor force. So it should be easier for him to get. We still have the invasion coming down out towards Jirwan. We should not forget. Grab a heal. Maybe get another upgrade here. Looking strong enough to withhold. And keep on scouting. Alright, end our year. Okay, even more goats. Gotta figure out where those are. Alright, we have a pope. And she likes us a little bit. I can handle that. Very nice. Preparing a sacrifice. Gold, 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 or nothing. Alright, so she wants 280 gold. That's a lot, but is there something that we can benefit from this? This doesn't suck. This doesn't suck. This makes us suck less. I say let's lean into our strengths. Grab an extra, what would that be? 4%? Yeah. Not the worst. Frankly, it's more potent if I just grab a little bit of charisma here. It's not netting me a lot of science. I'll take the charisma. That might be a mistake, but I'm still going to do it. Alright, we're going to come over here. I'm not going to spend... Oh god, we're totally going to get raided. Probably double raided from here very shortly, but that's okay. I'd rather kill them as raiders first before I start war against the Scythians than have to deal with it all at once. Alright, they're coming for us, so we have to come out. Fighting up in the hills doesn't seem wise. This guy's almost sure gonna die. But we can't lose the site to raiders, because that's just gonna make a new barb camp. So we'll kill you next turn. Who's my worker? You. What do we want to do with you? Well, we want to spread the religion. Well, also, we want to build monasteries, because that's going to be a huge amount of science for us, now that we have access to it, and 2 founded cleric cities already. So, kind of hard to turn that down. It's 8 science between 2 of them, yeah. No reason not to make that investment. Will we get a discount if we do this on grass? No, it still costs the full 60. So we might as well do it on a spare tile. Spend the 270 for it. Brutal, but 4 science is 4 science. Not going to argue with that. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and grab another disciple, because this one's going to spread and the second one's going to build if it doesn't spread naturally all on its own. And then the next one's going to spread it over to this site to give it more culture, so that way this site gets off the ground a little bit faster. Alright. And we can still bring you in, putting you on a hill so they don't get a combat bonus against you. Oh, and look, more Gauls. My lord. Do we prioritize pushing this aggression? When raids are about to come? Doesn't seem wise. Let's just keep our scouting going. And end our year there. Oh wow, it really looks like rejuvenation really starts speeding up at a certain time. We got trees and a whole bunch of tile changes. Love to see that. Tinder box. Econ's looking good, but I don't want to share. Especially when the worst case scenario is that these 3 things burn. So let's not. These are going to start raiding any second. We're definitely going to be in a little bit of trouble there. Let's get our city down. This by far looks like the best one. Gets us trees down here as well. Family seat of the champions. Okay. The north is of big concern, but the south is the immediate one. Grab a kill here. Easy. Rotate and retreat. Make sure we're saving all the units that we can. And I think it's probably smart of us to start moving into defensive positions. Rotate these units away from where the raid's going to come from. Heal who we got. Retreat these guys back even. Yeah, that should be more than enough of a line to defend against any raids. And then once the raids come, we push on out. I think that'll be timed well enough. Grab a worker here. Animal husbandry is coming online. We have 1, 2, 3 goats to get. That's 30 food. It's going to be a huge swing in our favor. And then after that, do we want a whole other round of settlers? I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 total places that we can get the food. Or get the settlers into. It's not an unattractive option. I'll have 5 cities. I could put a settler out of each of them and then just massively increase my score. It's not a bad idea. Definitely something to consider. But if we're going to be doing all that expansion with our warrior princess, I don't know. A lot to take into consideration there. Next year. Alright, the ramp continues. Looks good. It looks good. Oh, it looks bad. Alright, so we get a raid. This looks like the invasion icon. Or a discontent level, and we get more cash. That's interesting. Do we have room to piss these guys off? Not a lot of room, but we do have some room. And that will delay a Gaelic attack? Where are the Gauls? Are there more Gauls down here? Our early game scouting is clearly lacking here. We know it's all the way to the north, but we have 3 more camps up here. And you came from down this way. So there's at least something maybe out in the ocean. Oh, horrific. At the gates. Really? Who's at the gates? They must be over here. Ugh. Alright. So at the gates, we can get a raid and become stressed, and that does us very little good outside of getting us a little bit more training. It would be a 30% increase. I don't hate that. Or we can get a huge boost to our gold at 1 discontent level. It's going to put us at -1, but I think that's worth it. We can work with that. A tactician, a zealot. What a low roll. Well, actually, not a low roll. Kind of what we were going for. So, what's going to be best in this next leg of the fight? So there's 2 ways of looking at this. When deciding on what is the best kind of military leader that you're looking for, you got to take a look at their abilities. So here we have, if general, if leader, they stun on attack, huge. That's going to be pretty much negate one of their units or their strongest unit if we can get them on a ranged unit and attack from a distance. Or we can do the zealot. It's going to make them a hell of a lot harder to die. And the leader ability is they get to enlist, which means we can steal units from them at the cost of civics. Now, it's a lot. It's a big expense on that. That is the enlist to kill. Does it not tell you? I think it's 400. And that's like stealing 1 unit every 8 turns or stunning 1 unit every turn. So I think it's a great ability. But it's a great ability, in my opinion, late game. The Zealots are one of the best late game generals, but for here in the early to mid game, I think we're going to be a lot better served with a Tactician. So, a Tactician it is. Decent stats. Came out a 7 out of 10. Can't argue too much about that without having a single person to tutor. Let's go ahead and finish this kill. Make sure we are killing with our generals. Extra XP for closer promotions. That looks good. Still expecting these guys to come in and raid at any time, but first let's look at our workers. You are very damaged. I'm going to come here and heal. I want to get these goats online as quickly as possible. That'll be next turn. We'll delay that 1 more turn just to get the final heal, because it'll be the same. Basically, for every full heal it takes, or any heal it takes, to get your person to full health, that is how many turns it adds on to the build time of your improvements. So if you're better off just healing completely to get all the way up, the only time it's not worth the heal is if it's like 1 health away, because then you can just not heal and not waste the order, and it'll just automatically heal if they're in friendly territory and idle on the same turn. So yeah. We're just going to heal them all the way up next turn, build this, get the barracks down, start pumping out units. I keep saying that I'll be pumping out units. We have a nice stockpile to be pumping out units, but we keep just going wide, I guess, which doesn't seem bad. It seems to be working for us. Not going to complain. But one thing at a time, one thing at a time. Again, we're expecting the raids to be coming out of the Scythians at any second. So let's go ahead and drop back and heal where we can. Lazy worker. You can come here. We'll get the goats next turn. It's definitely worth waiting. Grab a heal here. And bring in our vulnerable units where we can. End our year. More goats. Just in time for animal husbandry. Gotta love that. Alright, converted to Zorro, and my daughter is Swift. Okay, well a Swift Zealot would have been even cooler, but I'll take the Swift Tactician. Imperfect past tense. Well, we plan on wiping all these guys out anyways. Let's grab the legitimacy, and go ahead and just be at war with these guys. We have 2 of these now. How's our rebel chance looking? Thin margins here, but with a religion now in our available to us, that gets better. I think we take a moment to come up here, spread, so then on the next turn we can go ahead and build the second monastery in our other cleric city. Let us retreat. Now let's take a look at our workers. You are here to build a pasture. You are also here to build a pasture, but first you have to heal. Another mine does not sound like it hurts. And do we need any more monasteries from here? It's not a huge priority for us to spread it to all of our family seats. It does give us a better handle, but we can rely to a certain extent on just natural spread. I don't want to spend too much time in the city just churning out, churning out disciples. I think we can rely on this city to churn out the rest of our disciples. I want to either work on officers here or just straight up units. In fact, let's go ahead and grab a unit. Let's take a look at this. This would be close to, what would that be, a 6th? So if I spend 3 turns on that, it shaves 1 turn off of this. Not the best return on an investment, but the 2 extra science per year certainly wouldn't hurt. So I think just getting the 2nd apprentice officer out early works in our favor. Alright, so we know where these guys are. I want you to come back and heal. No reason to be losing units. The tech situation is becoming a little interesting right now. Food's becoming less and less hard to come by. All these tiles are becoming nice and luscious, which we love to see. So what do we want to focus on now tech-wise? We want phalanx as quickly as possible, so the minimal amount of detours, the better. We have plenty of stone available to us, so a stone investment doesn't sound like it'll hurt. But I think centralization might be our best bet here. It's 4 science off the rip. It's a law. Also gets us access to border boost, which would grab us, I guess it's just only a little bit of extra food. Not a lot. We don't need aristocracy to get access to onagers and machinery. We can just skip right over that. It's already in the draw pile. Slavery would be pretty good. So I guess a secondary workaway down this point would not be out of the question. Yeah. Let's grab our shrines. Good shrine. Going to get it to be a better shrine. Good shrine. Good shrine. Not sure we want to throw these down yet. Probably throw these down probably in the champion seat. Gives us the most. Will give us extra ability to get officers out. All very good. Grab a heal here. And let's keep exploring. And we will end our year there.